because it really helps to represent the properties well. So our next one is 839 North 6th Street. Moving on to 100 Atlantic City Avenue. (1358) Ramona Avenue. We are now in District 2. (1282) Atlantic City Avenue. (739) Newport Avenue. (1107) Ramona Avenue. (1745) Saratoga Avenue. (1476) Long Branch Avenue. (1590) Manhattan Avenue. (1410) Seabright Avenue. (1132) 16th Street. (1193) Rose Court. And 1401 Baden Avenue. And that completes our single-family category. So if there's any slide, if you want to just tell me which number you'd like to see again, I'd be happy to go back.
May we see them all once more?
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, I'll start from the top, but I'll go a little bit quicker since we're...
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we're starting with 242 Beckett Place. (839) North 6th Street. (100) Atlantic City Avenue. (1358) Ramona Avenue. (1282) Atlantic City Avenue. (739) Newport Avenue. (1107) Ramona Avenue. (1745) Saratoga Avenue. (1476) Long Branch Avenue. (1590) Manhattan Avenue. 1410 Seabright Avenue. (1132) 16th Street. (1193) Rose Court. And our final one, 1401 Baden Avenue.
Are we judging them 1, 2, 3, or just one or?
As a group, you can decide if you want to do 1, 2, 3, that's fine. If you feel like you want to select a winner in each district because you think that they're worthy, you can do that as well. We have at least 3 nominations in every district so I do have enough awards available, so however you'd like to do it. So,
I propose we do one per district.
Yeah, I concur with that.
Could you go back to 12, please?
of course. 1132 16th Street.
So it's everyone's pleasure to just have one per district. Thank you.
Would anybody like to see another?
Should we start discussing District 1?
Let's see what everybody wants here. One moment, please. Do we want to? Do we want to just capture District 1, 2, and 3, and 4 right now, and then go to multifamily? Or how does everybody want to do this, CJ?
I think that is a great idea, especially since there's so many more of just the residential. We should do that after reviewing them right now.
Catherine, you agree?
I agree.
LaShonda? Yeah?
I agree as well.
Everybody agree?
Sure.
Okay. So, let's do this then. District 1, how many, let's just do it this way. In District 1, how many of us want number 1?
Raise hand.
I do.
2 for number 1?
Larry, I'm sorry. Can I see number 2 again?
Absolutely.
Make that 3 for number 1.
That's number 2.
I'm so-
That's 839 North 6th
Yeah,
Street.
I want to vote for number 1.
That one.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we have
2.
2 for number 1?
3.
3.
3.
Okay, I would go with number 3. 1 for 3.
Could you show me 3, Larry?
So this is 3, 3, 4. And then who has not voted?
I haven't yet.
That's all right,
My
we're not
vote.
in any hurry.
I mean,
You
so
want to talk
my
about it?
vote is number 2.
It's all right.
You want to go back to number 2? I believe that would be 1 on that.
So
Also-
CJ is going to vote for number 2, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5 votes right there, we did that.
So real quick,
Go ahead.
do we want any deliberation on our votes? If you feel particularly compelled towards one, I'm happy just to count the votes.
Well, I think
But
that's
I
what
wanna
we'll
give
do.
everyone the
We're not having
opportunity.
any,
I think so, just if it's relevant, sometimes like if you picked it for a super specific reason and want to share, I think that's reasonable, but I don't think we have to deliberate all of them.
Great, so then for District 1, it seems like number 1, Beckett Place, is the
Correct.
winner for that. Wonderful.
and now shall we move down to District 2?
Indeed we shall.
So let's do that. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
May I suggest just having each commissioner tell us what their number 2 is, and we can keep track for you. It might be
Alright.
quicker than doing a vote for each particular nomination, yeah.
okay. CJ, you want to go first?
Certainly, thank you. Number 5.
Oh, you want to see it again, too? It's up to, I'm happy to show it, but.
I love it. I'll
Okay,
see it again,
cool,
sure.
Cool.
I would vote for number 8.
I would also go with number 5. That's 3, LaShonda.
It's hard. All my favorite ones were in District 2, so. I'm like, okay, let's go to Alyssa.
I
And then I'll
vote
come
for
back.
number 4.
Number 4.
Melissa wants number 4. That's fine, thank you.
Can I see number 7? I'm gonna pick number 7 because I like number 7.
So number 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Accounting department.
Pardon? Oh, they're counting for us, thank you.
So that should be number
5.
5, right?
Yeah, 2 votes for 5. Okay.
We have 1 for 4, 2 for 5, 1 for number 7,
I like number 5.
1 for number 8.
District 3, my vote is number 11.
Are we moving on? So did we select a winner? Because, I mean, we don't have a majority. We only have 2 out of 5 commissioners, so I don't know.
I like number 5 too, though. If we were going to do a recount, I'd jump to 5.
Okay,
so-
we want to jump to 5? Okay, then, at that point, then I think we have enough.
Well, that
I
that
agree
tied
with
it up
number
pretty
5.
cleanly
If
right
that's
there.
Okay.
The vote, I'm not gonna dispute it.
Okay.
So how many do we have for number 5?
Three.
I think we have almost a consensus for number 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we can move on to District 3 then, yeah.
District 3, all right. So we have 3 alternatives here. Number 9,
Yeah, so I can show them again since there are 3.
9,
just to-
10, and 11,
So
please,
here-
thank you.
Yeah, there's 9, 1476 Long Branch Avenue. 1590 Manhattan Avenue. And 1410 Seabright Avenue.
Okay.
Number 11, Seabright Ave has my vote.
I concur.
Okay, I'll vote for number 9, please.
Number 9.
Oh boy, pressure's on.
What did you say?
Some people's pressure, other
And
people's
I
power.
think I nominated all of these. Yeah.
Please don't perspire so much.
11.
11,
All right.
all right, thank you. So 2 for 11,
3.
3 for 11.
3 for 11.
excuse me, 3 for 11.
Cool.
3 for the money.
1 for the money, 2 for the show.
I don't work in showbiz.
And it was hard.
And I will show you District 4 real quick. I'll just go through the 3. That way they're fresh in your mind. I got 1132 16th Street, which is number 12.
I love that one.
1193 Rose Court, also in District 4. And finally, 1401 Baden Avenue.
Thank you. My vote is number 12, 16th Street.
I'm going to go with number 14. I like the architecture. It's different.
It is different.
Thank you, Catherine. I'll go with number 12 also.
I'm good with number 14.
I said-
Sorry.
Buckle up.
No, I'm this is easy. I'm all in on 12.
You're on.
All in on 12.
Okay.
I love the confidence.
So I believe 12, we have 3 votes, so I believe that's winning consensus.
Like you do dirty work.
Wonderful. We can move on to multifamily residential properties. So I will run through the list, and then I'll run through it one more time since there are only 5 nominations, and then you guys can select what you're interested in. There's 5 nominations total. But there's only 1 in District 1 and 1 in District 3 and 3 in District 2. So this might be a one where we maybe give out 2 awards, or if you feel like every district, as long as in the commissioner's view that the award is valid and well deserved, I'm happy to give as many as you feel is appropriate. So
What if for fun, and they would both get the same award, but what if for fun we did a top and then like a runner-up for this category? And so we
Do
just
that.
do, everyone votes for their favorite and then their second favorite.
That's a good idea.
What do you think, Larry?
I think that's a great plan, and I appreciate that I didn't have to make that plan. So yeah.
I got you.
Teamwork. Good
Yeah.
job, CJ.
So let's start with our first nomination, which is 590 South 6th Street.
That is fun.
Oh, I see.
Moving on to 1176 Ramona Avenue. (1534) Brighton Avenue. (261) North 13th Street. And our final one is 1234 Seabright Avenue. But I will repeat the list one more time. Got 590 South 6th Street. 1176 Ramona Avenue. 1534 Brighton Avenue. 261 North 13th Street. And finally, 1234 Seabright Avenue.
Okay. Elisa, would you like to start?
Oh, sure. I'm going to do number 1 and number 2 as my number 1 and 2.
I'm gonna do 3 as my number 1 and 2 as my number 2.
Thank you very much. Catherine?
I'm going to do my number 1 as number 1 and number 3 as number 2.
All right, thank you. CJ, please.
Number 1 as number 1, and number 2 as number 3.
All right, thank you. I will take first place.
Hold on.
Wait,
No.
wait.
Number 2 as number 3 as number 2, you mean?
You said number 2 is
My
number
number
3.
2 is
Number 3.
number
Okay.
3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was right.
Okay.
What, that was clear, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was-
No, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as we got it clear. Yeah.
I will take as number 1, 590 South 6th Street. And number 2 place, I would put, what do I have? 1534 Brighton.
So it looks like we have 2 winners. It looks like we have 4 votes for our number 1 and 4 votes for number 3. And as long as the commissioner feel strong about that, we can move on. You guys
I'm
also
sorry, I
move
didn't
on.
hear what
Beautiful.
you said for number 2.
Oh, no, we have 4 votes for number 1 and 4 votes for number 3.
Okay.
And then we had 2 votes for number 2. So I think 1 and 3 should be our both winners for that category.
Worked out pretty organically, diplomatically.
Wonderful.
That's terrific, thank you.
So our final category for our beautification awards are 3 businesses and organizations. First one is Pier 101.
Yeah.
That's darling.
And then we had a nomination for the Locked In Escape Room.
And where is, I don't even know where that is.
It's kind of on the industrial side, I believe, in District
It's
4.
on Farrell.
Oh, it's on Farrell, that long.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And the last nomination we had was Resonate Hope Church.
That's pretty. Very good.
And would you like me to show them one more time, or do you feel
No,
comfortable?
it's too much. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Since there's
CJ,
just
wanna
a,
start off, please?
yeah, since there's a couple here, should we just do 1?
I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Which is,
You want to start?
because it's too deep.
Yeah, I'm Pier 101.
Yeah.
We're all voting for, we're all doing number 1
Pier
first.
101.
You want 101?
I want
Yeah.
101.
Catherine?
I like the church.
That's fine. 1 for the church. LaShonda, where are you?
Pier 101.
Okay. I will also like Pier 101.
Wonderful. And so it looks like we have a winner for a commercial, which is Pier 101. So what we will end up doing, we have an interactive map like the Holiday of Light, so we put all the nominations on our map. And then Rosie will update the map tomorrow with the actual winners, and we'll post that. So if anybody wants to, anybody in the community wants to drive around and check out these wonderful, not just the nominations, but the winners, they can do so as well. We'll also be contacting all of our winners to see if they want to accept their award in person at a future city council meeting, most likely in May. But but we appreciate the time and the effort that you put in. I know it takes a lot of time to drive around and pick out homes in your community, but it's nice to see them getting recognized for all the hard work and efforts that they put
So
in.
may I ask about the commercial, just one moment?
Yes.
We have enough to give a second award for the commercial?
If need be, yeah, we do.
Do we feel that we need a second? No?
No.
Okay, just thought I would ask. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that concludes my presentation for the Beautification Awards.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all your hard work, too.
Yeah, thank you very much, Larry and Rosie.
Okay.
Let's see. So at this point, may we ask the public to make a comment? Or were they to make a comment before we did all of that?
There's no one on the line. It's okay.
Oh, thank you very much. And I mean, these two young ladies sitting here are not going to make any comment either? No. All right, thank you. So we have made our choices for the beautification, that's what I call it, awards. And we appreciate everyone doing all that they did to make this become a reality for us. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And let's see. Then Mr. Kim is going to make sure that all this happens.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now may we go to item number 4, which this ought to be grand, the holiday events update, right?
Yes.
Does that cover May through December?
Well, I mean, our holiday events currently make up one event, but we are here to discuss possibilities for that event.
All right,
for
thank
this
you.
year.
What an event it'll be.
Awesome. Before we get started, I want to briefly recap our event last year. Our event last year, our 25 holiday parade with the Groovy Grover Holidays Parade. It was a theme that we selected in 2024, but unfortunately got rained out. So we were at the request of many of our float participants who had decorated and spent time that we had a lot of requests to keep the theme the same. So we ended up keeping the same theme. Our Grand Marshal was once again our former Mayor Karen Bright, and we were able to bring her in. And to give you an idea of our participation, we had close to 40 participants, including whether they're bands or equestrian or organizations or floats. We had close to 40 participants. We estimated about 800 attendees for the event. It took around 25 community volunteers. Our big shout out to our Grover Beach Rotary, as well as our Central Coast Amateur Radio for making sure things went in a safe and organized fashion. Over 20 city and police department staff, including community services staff, as well as public works to close down city streets, put out signage, and make sure the streets open as soon as possible because it's our busiest thoroughfare on a Saturday morning. So it was very important that we try to do that as quickly as possible. And the one other change that we had was this is the first time that we've had it on the second Saturday in December. After the completion of the parade at our December Parks PRBC meeting shortly after, the commission had actually requested staff research the possibility of adding a holiday-themed event for 2026. After doing a joint meeting with city management team, public works department, as well as the police department, the staff, we've developed an alternative holiday event concept, and so this is kind of a possibility as a holiday event alternative, which is called, I have a working event title as Tides and Tinsel, that kind of keeps the beach theme, but we're not a winter wonderland, we're not a snow, we're not a location that has like very winter weather, so keeping kind of the beachy theme with the holidays kind of cheer. And a possible location would be at the new Ramona Park that will be opening at the end of next month, or 16th Street Park as well. There are possibilities. And an event like this would be, you consist of activities for kids, foods and craft vendors, live entertainment, could be a choir, it could be a musical act, it could be a lot of options, and of course pictures with Santa. The estimated cost for this event, based on including everything from all the needs like renting equipment, paying for entertainment, and staffing needs is estimated cost about $8,000.
How much?
$8,000.
Thank you.
So-
Can I
And
ask
so-
a quick question?
Yes, go ahead.
Would that be the same cost whether it was at Ramona or 16th Street?
Yeah, I mean, the location would probably not affect the scale of the event too much. It would essentially be kind of the same thing. Like the layout would obviously change because there's a little bit more real estate, like in the park itself at 16th Street Park. But Ramona, we have the ability to close Ramona from between 9th and 10th, so it kind of so it would be laid out differently. But,
And that is the title then, right? Tides and Tinsel?
oh, it's a working title. I just wanted
No,
to put a
it's
name
fine.
on it. And I mean, we don't have an event in place, but it's kind of, it helps kind of help you understand kind of the vibe and the feel of it. So. So we also discussed at the meeting the feasibility of actually doing 2 holiday events instead of just one, because that was one of the requests. And at this point, we do not have a budget for 2 events. They are both, and to give you an estimate of cost, they're actually pretty comparable in costs. I will discuss that later in the comparison slide on the next, but I'm just letting you know. And ahead of time, so it would be essentially doubling our budget for to have 2 holiday events. It is really difficult from a staff standpoint too to plan and execute 2 holiday events like essentially back to back or on top of each other. It's just a lot of staff resources and the volunteer component. It is really would be the holiday season is a really tough time to recruit volunteers for multiple weekends. So as a whole, the discussion it just became like it just didn't seem like it's feasible to have 2 different holiday events, at least not at this point in time. But I have my next slide. It kind of breaks down kind of what a parade versus a holiday event, like comparing them and kind of just to give you an idea of what they're like. So if you look on the left-hand side in the gray, well, if we're comparing, we start with duration, how long the events last. A parade on average, like our last parade lasted about 35 minutes. And even on a full, we had kind of lower participation this past year than in previous years, but it's really dependent on participation and because these are volunteers that spend their time to come out. So even if we had 50 or 60 floats, or it would bring our time up to maybe an additional 10 minutes. So the actual event time was somewhere about 35 to 45 minutes
Per event?
for the actual event from
Yeah.
start to finish. Just from when the parade kicks off to the last float leaving. If we were to do a holiday event in place of a parade, the minimum duration for the event itself would be 2 to 3 hours. That gives more people to show up at different times. It gives more active participation for the attendees. They're actually hanging out for 3 hours instead of showing up like 30 minutes early to secure a spot, spending a half an hour, and then essentially leaving the event. Logistics, yeah, a parade is way more resource intensive. It requires street closures sign, and we basically put out I think last year we put 350 no parking signs along Grand Avenue, and our municipal code requires us to notice no parking 72 hours in advance. So it requires Public Works to go out there 72 hours in advance with multiple people and staff for a few hours to close to put signage up, and then we do have vehicle stopping barriers because this day and age, safety is one of our primary concerns. So barricades, one, we do not own the set of barricades, so we do have to borrow or rent from another municipality. So there isn't 100% confirmation that we have them available. Right now, they're exploring options, and I think the county is in the process of purchasing events that barriers that can be shared upon municipalities, and we certainly hope that becomes available to us sooner than later. But there's no guarantee of that, so that could be an additional cost that's not budgeted as well. So our street barricades are preset. They're like basically put in by the curbs right by where the streets are going to close 24 hours in advance. We pick them up from, right now we've borrowed them from the city of Pismo Beach, and we've also got them from the city of San Luis Obispo, and they are basically they have their own separate trailer, and there's about a dozen of them. They weigh a few hundred pounds apiece, and so we have to actually preset them the day before, because of the amount of time to individually set them. And then we have to actually close the streets 2 hours before the event starts to make sure that the streets are safe for all of our floats and all of our participants to kind of line up and be ready to go. And then right after that, because it's a Saturday and it's about probably 10 or 10:30 at that point where businesses start to open, we have to try to open up the streets as quickly as possible. And it just requires a lot of staff time because you have to have multiple people working. We had police officers at every intersection from a safety standpoint as well. A holiday event is it's a lot less resource intensive. Like a park event does not require us to close off major streets or major arteries. Basically, a lot of it is just spending, since you have a fixed location, it's just about making sure all of your rentals and everything are in place. So while there's a lot fewer staff time, but those costs the costs are comparable for the events because the other parts of the events, while you're hiring entertainment or rentals or like whether it's bounce houses or anything else as well, those come at a cost as well. So they are very comparable, even though how the events function and the lengths of the function of the events are completely different. So the other thing to mention is that at the request of the Parks Commission back in mid-2024, we discussed rescheduling the holiday parade for the second Saturday in December, just so it wouldn't compete with the other parades that were happening in the same week. We weren't able to do it in 2024 because of the rain and the cancellations, so 2025 was the first year we actually did it. I know participation and overall attendance may have been influenced by the change in schedule, so with part of the discussion that you're going to have about events and possibilities, you should also take into consideration whether you want to move the date back to the first Saturday or keep it where it's at. So what we're asking for from the commission today is to make a recommendation to City Council to either continue the annual parade as the city's main holiday event or substitute a park event, which is like the Tides and Tinsel, as the city's main holiday event. And if so, whether we decide to do a parade or an event, make a recommendation to the city council whether to hold it on the first or second weekend in December. Yeah. Or if you have another alternative direction, feel free to share that with us as well.
First, you'd like to hear from us regarding the day we want to do it. Is that correct?
Well, I think the most important thing would probably be to decide like what you want to do at an event, and then after you make that conclusion, what do you think? Which weekend do you think would benefit that event the most?
So
I don't
we're
think.
going to make
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and ultimately, I'm here to answer any questions for you in terms of, but it's really, at this point, whatever you decide or what you recommend, we will take to council, and council will ultimately have the final say and the final decision on it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So at this point, according to my schedule here, we are going to open this for public comment, correct? And then we're going to ask anyone in the chambers if they have anything to say, and if anyone would like to call in and give us your say on it as well. We're ready for that. I don't see anyone in the chambers raising their hand with any interest to say anything. And is there anyone on the line?
No, there's
And there
not.
isn't. Thank you. There's no one on the line, so we're just going to move on now and see, close public comment. So now we, the commission, will discuss. So LaShonda, what do you prefer?
Okay.
Because you're a good person to ask because you know what children want.
Yeah, I have a couple of those,
Yes, you do.
quite a few. I have two questions.
Yeah.
So in the past, we've combined those two things, so is that an option?
Well, I mean, some of the restrictions we had have to do with budget as well.
Okay.
And then having volunteers are still going to be a problem because we're not, most of our volunteers are not going to sign up for like a 12-hour shift.
Right.
So we're running into that same issue as well. So at this point, like in terms of based on the resources that we have and based on our analysis with the
One or
groups
the
that
other.
in the meeting, they feel like one event is the only feasible option at this
Okay.
time. So.
And then my second question is, if we did choose the holiday event, would that be easier to reschedule than the parade if it rains?
Yeah, well, that's a really complicated answer. The answer is a yes and no.
It's complicated.
And the reason why is because when to reschedule it, first of all, because you're coming up against literally the holidays, right? So
Right.
it's like, so I mean, especially if it's like the second weekend, then most of the
Right.
time, then we're worried about, and because it's so with your volunteers too, making sure like having 20 to 25 volunteers being able to
Right.
reschedule on a moment's notice as well is difficult. Granted, if we can predict 3 weeks out or 4 weeks out that it's going to rain that weekend, it is possible to move it a week forward or a week back based on park availability and volunteer availability and vendor ability, because a lot of these vendors might be working multiple events
Right.
and like, oh, I'm already committed
Very,
to this event. So,
busy.
I mean, I could. I'm not saying I wouldn't make an effort to try, but in terms of I couldn't be certain that I could do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So, my opinion.
Yes.
As a former vendor, I think a vendor event is better for the community. I think people are, especially in Grover Beach, they like things a certain way. And I think they would probably be disappointed about not having a holiday parade, but at the same time, we can't please a small group, we have to please everybody. And I think a holiday event will be best.
Okay. Thank you.
I have something to say about that too. I've actually reached out to some of my girlfriends who have young children too and asked them whether or not they would prefer a parade or a holiday event. And actually, the majority of them said they would prefer an event because they can't get their little ones to sit still
Yeah,
during a
Yeah,
parade.
right.
So they would prefer, activities or
Yeah.
something like that to do. And also, we have so many parades within this community,
Yeah.
which I think is
I
why
agree.
we moved our parade to the second Saturday, because we were competing with the Village and we were competing with Slow on their Christmas parade. So if we tried something new, I think it would open up the community to coming to maybe starting a Grover Beach
A new
exclusive
tradition.
event.
I agree.
That's very good. Thank you.
I love it.
Hi.
Oh, hey, I love Tides and Tinsel, by the way, great name. I polled my 3 and 5-year-old before coming, and they opted for event, actually.
They did?
Yeah, my daughter was like all about the crafts, so if there's holiday
yeah.
crafts, she's like, I'm there. Yeah, my 5-year-old wants some more physical activity. I don't know what that would be. I guess it made me think about the block party that I thought was super successful and well attended. So that if it was, of that caliber, and it seemed like a lot of people from the community were there, so that makes me think that it would be popular.
Yeah, I would think of
So.
it as something comparable to that type of event.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
Yeah.
granted, I, pulled the kids, but I would want to make sure that, like, there was, for adults too, that it wasn't specifically a kid activity. I do feel like we have a lot of those. But, I think it seems like people around here really appreciate the live entertainment aspect. So if that's, on the table, that maybe would be inclusive of that.
Yes.
So,
CJ?
I vote for stepping out.
So were you done?
oh, I guess was just going to comment on the timing. I mean, if we're there yet, but just I think earlier is better because you start to get so many events that pile up that I think we're more likely to get good participation. I would think with an earlier one, or usually, I mean, as soon as it ticks to December, my kids are like all the activities, everything now. So,
And what
Does
if,
it make any difference to anyone where it's held, at which park?
I like just the idea of using our new park again.
And
but
how many hours do you think this event should be?
2 to 3.
You said it.
Yeah.
And is that what we were
3.
budgeted for?
Yeah,
Is it
I
2 or
mean,
3
like,
hour
yeah, to do a
event?
2 to 3 hour event, there's not going to be too much difference in cost. I mean, I think when you get into like the 4-hour event, then it's like, I'm more concerned about when, you have to think about 2 hours in advance to set up and about 1 hour after to tear, 1 hour and a half to tear down. So with that, it's like the resources of the event itself is not really the issue. It's all the additional time in the front and back that add up when it comes to volunteer support, when it comes to public works staffing, and things like that as well. So
And we have enough service clubs in the 5 cities that if they're noticed that we would like those service clubs to join.
yeah, and not only could they join, they can also have a booth as well to represent
Okay.
their clubs and organizations. As entertaining as the parade is, and traditionally, I participated in parades as a kid in LA, since junior high marching band all the way to all the way to high school and stuff like that. So and they were all wonderful. I had a great experience with them as well. But in terms of from a value proposition, I feel like there's more opportunity to community to enjoy a holiday event versus a parade, but there's a lot of history with the parade here as well. So I mean, I am my job is just to give you an analysis and be as upfront and honest about it, and then you are the community members and you are representing your city, so it is up to you to feel what is best for your community. So.
So
I have
Larry,
one-
when was the last time we did something where it wasn't a parade? What year was
A
that?
block party.
Well, we used to
What
do
you-
a parade and then Santa's Village after.
Yeah, so I believe like more than 5 years ago, I think there was a parade followed by a small kind of a park event like
Yeah.
in Ramona, and I don't know what has changed because whoever the director at the time, like I've never worked with her, so I don't know the history behind it. So, but
Yeah.
since I've been here and even prior to me being here, I don't think they've had Santa's Village in about 5 years. So
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
CJ,
So
did you want to weigh in on this?
can I ask one more question first?
Yep.
Does it have to be on a Saturday? Can it be on a Sunday? Is that?
No, yeah, I mean, that is something, if you look on the recommendation, and we said first or second weekend, so yeah, that we can absolutely do a Sunday too. Whatever you-
And with that though, so I noted down that the first weekend, the slow parade is on December 5th, and then the Pismo Beach Holiday Harmony is on Friday, December 4th, and then on Sunday, December 6th is the Arroyo Grande Christmas Parade in the village. So if we didn't do it that early, if we continued on the second Saturday,
Right.
then it would be the Grover Beach would have its own dedicated
It would be a destination.
Christmas, themed,
Yep.
instead of having to compete.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That's why we did it on the second Sunday, or
Yeah.
second Saturday, I'm sorry, I keep saying Sunday.
Especially when it was like parade, like, yeah.
I like the event idea for sure. Does the AG parade, does that go into any kind of event on their side? Do we know?
I believe they have a separate event. I know they do have like a tree lighting event that's separate, and then I believe they do a separate like holiday event as
They
well.
do
kind
like
of for
at
the
Elm Street
later.
Park.
Yeah.
There's like
After the parade?
After,
Yeah.
I think the week
Okay.
after or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
so,
not
yeah.
not directly following
No,
the
it's
parade.
not.
No,
Nothing's
it's a
directly
separate-
following.
yeah.
Well, after the parade, they have the event over at the
Yeah.
church.
Yeah, because AG has an evening parade, so yeah. So,
And they also
Gotcha,
have
okay.
a night event. Yeah.
And we're
Okay.
talking about.
yeah.
There goes that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I like I said, the event idea. I think that is going to be, like you're saying, from a value proposition, better for the community. A couple of things that might, just fun ideas that might help alleviate there are going to be some folks like, oh, we missed that kind of
Yeah.
aspect, or some of the folks, oh, I wanted a chance to show off, the this or the that. It makes me think, so picture this, it's at Ramona, we have the tides and tinsel, the events going on, stuff like that. Now think, if you will, for a moment, to our trunk or treat, right, event. So let's, we have the event going on, tides and tinsel, and then there are a few, right, vehicles that have been just community members. It's not stuff that the staff has to put on. It's just folks who were doing it, right, similar to trunk or treat, decorate their vehicles, kind of like mini floats, park those suckers there, right?
Cute.
And I know, it is cute. I thought it was a really good idea.
cute.
I know. And that still gives the more creative folks, in the community a chance to kind
Sort
of,
of like a-
decorate and do that kind of
Sort of like a
situation.
holiday car show in a way. Like
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And then also if they're,
CJ,
And no, and that's something. As long as we're not like physically
give it a name. Is it creative cars? Is it
No,
Christmas cars? What is it?
Could we give them a prize for the best decorated? Invite the community to park and give them a prize?
Yeah, so
No,
I'm going to
I-
get through my list real quick. We'll open it up because you're
Sorry.
confusing me.
You can call them South County sleighs or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we have kind of like the trunk or treat, vehicles lined up. Yeah, absolutely. Award, I think, should be given similar to what we would do for the parade members, right?
Yeah,
And
you-
so really early on.
I can see you
start-
having judges and categories and
100%,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so as close to the parade fanfare as possible around some of, like maybe even some like the announcements and stuff like that, we could have just one booth table instead of several where folks would be judging or calling them out. Just one at
yeah.
some time.
Well,
of the
I
event
don't
is all
I
called
don't
out.
know in terms of like them actually driving. They would have to be kind of like stationary.
No,
yeah,
it's not- it's not
and judges
some-
would have to go from like car to car. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to them like crossing a. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sure,
As long as
sure.
they're stationary, I think it's. I don't think
They would
it-
still be
in terms of
parked in the
logistically,
scenario.
I think it's doable. Like,
Not moving.
Yeah, anything that's moving is a whole different
Yeah.
ballgame. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, they would be parked in this scenario.
Okay.
Like a trunk or treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like a trunk or treat.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay,
That's cute, yeah.
is that clear?
Yeah. So would you like do they need a formal motion, Nicole?
Yes, we will need a motion. So you need to decide the day that you prefer, the week,
And the
and the event.
and the event. Yeah.
Okay. So whoever is going to make the motion,
Well, we gotta agree first on
Pardon?
we gotta agree.
I think we do,
yeah,
right?
we have to agree, but I just want everyone to know that when you make the motion, keep in mind that the motion has to include the day that this is going to be, and either the first or second week, probably in December, and what kind of an event this is going to be. That's what we've been asked to remember.
Right.
Okay, now we're going to further discuss what it is that we're going to agree upon. And actually, if we change the parade 1 year, there can't be a tragedy that we're not doing a parade this year, which doesn't mean we wouldn't do a parade next year. We want to do something different this year, correct?
Yeah. If you wanted to change it again, then you would probably have to give staff direction to propose that again.
Within this motion that.
No. Like
Next
it's
time.
right now, this is just a recommendation we bring to
Right.
council. It's still up to city council to decide if they feel like an event provides more value or they think it's better for the community.
And
But-
do we have to mention anything about a budget?
No, because there's no because the budgets of the two events are comparable.
Okay,
It
just
doesn't
wanted to
really
know.
affect our current budget. Yeah.
Okay. So is everybody clear now what we need to do? And whoever would like to make the motion, remember we need the day that you want the event, what the event is to be, the first or second week, probably in December, and the name of the event. We already have one name, which we all seem to really like. So whoever would like to do the motion.
I'm looking at the person with the calendar out.
Yeah, I'd like to motion for the Tides and Tinsel event on Saturday, December 12th.
And before we have any discussion, may I have a second this far?
I'll second.
Thank you. Shonda's going to second this.
At Ramona Gardens Park.
Yes.
That one on
Okay.
there. Thank you.
One moment, please. Okay. And now we may entertain as much discussion as you would like. So is this going to be not horses and carriages type event? This is going to be automobiles that are not moving that we're going to give prizes to for some reason, correct?
Absolutely.
What's the reason? Decorating?
Yep.
Curb
Or
appeal.
mileage.
Oh,
Yeah,
curb
yeah.
appeal?
And you can also
most
do
Christmas
Clark
themed.
Griswold, right? Ordinary, extraordinary youth of lights or something. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
do something similar.
Exactly.
Yeah, and those things can all be discussed later than, I mean,
Right.
we're basically coming to a decision as a recommendation to council.
Yeah.
If they choose to accept it, we can also revisit it and to provide more input if that's something that you desire, yeah.
Another thing we could do is we could have people buy small trophies, and they could put those near the car that they like. And then we don't have to go out and buy enormous or elaborate trophies. You can buy small trophies, and the car that wins is going to have 15 or 20 trophies on the hood. It's just an idea. They do that in Pismo, and it seems to work fine. Okay, so, any more discussion? Everybody happy? Think it's gonna work? Okay. So, thank you. You have the motion in order?
I'll second that motion.
So we have a first and second.
We just have to vote.
So we have
I'll third
a
it.
first from Vice Chair Oden and a second from Ms. Scacinoce. Do you want to do a voice vote on that?
Yes, do it. Is that all right with everyone, a voice vote? Yes, please. So
Okay.
all in favor of this motion, please say aye. This is for tides and tinsel.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so you may take that, you may take that.
You can take that to the bank. Take it to the park.
Which can be elaborated on
Yeah, yeah.
later, but this is the basis. And as you know how we feel, this does not mean we're not going to have another parade ever. It means that for 2026, we're going to do something different.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, one moment, please. That is that.
Or if you want to switch places, you can.
So,
I can do the slides too. if you want.
Okay. We're moving on to commission.
do we have anyone, I'm hoping I'm not too far out of order. Anyone in this room would like to make a comment about this? Anyone? Hearing none? And are there,
No opinion?
is there anyone on the phone that would like to comment?
No, there's not.
All right, thank you. So we have no one on the phone, and we have no bodies inside this chamber that want to make any comments. Therefore, we're going to close public comment, and we've had our discussion, and we've had our vote. And now, we all understand that Mr. Kim is going to take this to the city council and give them our input, which is what we're supposed to do. Give the city council input. Thank you very much. So now we will move on to our commission communications, and I am to call on each of you one at a time, and you're going to give us some communication. Catherine, do you have any communications that we should hear about?
Not for this evening.
Thank you. And LaShonda?
I just want to invite everybody to Five Cities Homeless Coalition's Fiesta that spends on Cinco de Mayo. It's an in-person dinner at Finn's, tri-tip, fried fish, fettuccine Alfredo. The people in this room can scan this barcode for me. People at home may look on either Finn's website or Five Cities Homeless Coalition's website and support Five Cities Homeless Coalition.
All right, thank you very much. Elisa, do you have anything to add?
Nope, none for me.
All right, thank you. And CJ, you have anything to add?
Not today. Nope.
Okay, thank you. And I will also be quiet, thank you. So now we'll move on to staff communications, which we love.
Well, before I turn it over to Rosie, I just wanted to say, since we last met, Rosie, myself, and Catherine attended the California Parks and Recreation Society statewide conference in early March in Long Beach. It's a multi-day event with tons of professional development sessions for everybody from public figures to public works to coordinators and directors. And I think there was a lot of new, wonderful ideas. A lot of it with embracing new technology. A lot of it is about like just being able to create a strong work environment for your staff. And I feel like that I can't speak for Rosie, but I feel like we got a lot out of it, and as we do every year. So, and then next year it'll return to Sacramento, and next year we will also be recruiting at least to one commissioner to come out to the conference for the multi-day event. So when the time comes to register for next year, we'll be reaching out to the commission, and anyone who's interested, we will take that into consideration, and based on who's attended before and how much interest that we have, we will select a member to join us.
So we all may go if we want to go.
Yeah, not one at a time, but yeah, you're all welcome to attend. Yes. But other than that, I'm going to pass it to Rosie, who has some community services upcoming events presentation for you.
Yes, on to the fun stuff. So, upcoming events for April, we have next Friday, April 24th, Picnic in the Park at 16th Street Park. And we are partnering with Grover Beach Rotary, and they will be helping us cook hot dogs. So, we plan to do hot dogs, chips, water. We invite the community to bring blankets, lawn chairs, their lunches, just anything. Anyone can come out, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 16th Street Park. And our May events. So we have our tour of Grover Beach coming up Saturday, May 2nd. And this time around, we're creating passports. So we are highlighting businesses throughout Grand Avenue. We have Station Grill and Coastal Vibes. Then we have Red Chair, and we have the Grover Beach Library and Miners. And we're giving each participant a passport, and at each location, each business will stamp it. And on top of that, KJB is also donating 48 t-shirts to the first participants. So check-in is at 9:15 at City Hall here, and we encourage you to come, ride your bike. I'm e-bike certified, but I have not used that certification, so maybe that day I will probably ride my bike. And then we will end the bike route at 16th Street Park, and we have Dutch Bros giving out free coffee, and we'll have a few bike vendors out there.
And may I have the date again, please?
Yeah, Saturday, May 2nd.
And it starts here?
Yes, check-ins at City Hall, 9:15.
Oh, you have to check in. Do we need any kind of ID?
No,
No, check-in
ID.
just means that like the ride doesn't start till 9:30, but we want to make sure everybody
Yeah.
gets settled in, and we give everybody their little passports and bags and stuff. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Is there an age limit?
No, all ages. We encourage, if you have a toddler, to come with the adult. If you do bring a tricycle, you're going to have to keep an eye on them. PD is going to be monitoring and staying behind. So all ages and all levels are welcome. If you do bring kids, just keep an eye out for them.
Okay.
Okay, and then tell us again the perimeter where all this is going to be.
So we are starting at City Hall, and then we're making our way through Station Grill.
Right.
From there, we're going through Grand Avenue, and then we're going to stop at Red Chair. From Red Chair, we go up to 10th, Larry.
Yeah, from Red Chair Barbershop, we're probably heading up
Oh,
to the
Red Chair.
Yeah, Red Chair, the
Chair
barbershop.
Barbershop, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, she's like,
Where's Ryan?
yeah. So it's like, yeah.
Red Chair
Yeah, and then
Barbershop.
most likely they'll make their way up to the Grover Beach Community Library, make a stop there. You'll at that point they'll get a tour of Ramona Park on their way back down to, I believe, Miners is the next location, and then they'll be making from Miners. They'll be making their way to 16th Street Park. There might be a stop at the community center on the way to 16th Street Park, but we haven't confirmed that yet. It's just depending on some staffing.
Okay,
So,
one
yeah.
moment, please. We're going to go from the Red Chair up to the library.
Yeah, to
Yes.
the
And
And then
library.
there's going to be a tour of around the outside of the park, not...
Yeah, they'll be
Around.
kind of riding around it on their way out.
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. One moment, please.
From there, you go to Miners.
Okay, then you go to Miners, and from Miners, you go to 16th Street Park.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
may be a
That's the
stop
end
at
of it,
yeah,
correct?
at the end of it, and then at the end we'll have a couple of vendors and some lawn games and some activities and just to enjoy. But it's just the whole ride will probably take less than an hour to complete. But each one of those stops will have representatives from the library or Grover Station Grill and Miners, and they'll be stamping your passports, and they might have a little bits of swag to give you as well. But yeah, mhm.
And what is this called?
The tour of Grover Beach. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is this the first time we've done this?
Second year.
Second year?
Yeah, it's a little different this year. Last year, what it kind of tied in with the Grover Beach Community Foundation's event called Strawberries in Grover Beach. So it was a short ride from City Hall to 16th Street Park, and it ended up being like, even with the slower toddlers and the young kids, it was like a 10-minute ride tops. And the biggest feedback that we received was like, we would like a longer ride, like which made total sense. And so we talked to Commander Millard with the police department, and a big shout out to actually Jim DeCecco, who's actually this kind of a bike volunteer that helps the kids in the Lucia Mar School District ride their bikes home, and they have a monthly like ice cream social thing they do with PD as well. So and with them and their ties, we're able to kind of create this more of a tour, and like with stops and
And
stuff.
helmets are required?
I believe safety
Yeah.
gear are required. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Will there be any helmets available if a child doesn't have a helmet?
We currently do not have any helmets to supply or anything that, but it's highly encouraged that parents be responsible for their children's safety. Yeah.
And so when this ends, is it dark time by then?
No, so it should end right around noon.
Electronic
Oh,
posting.
it's just a morning?
Yes, just half day.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Mayor Cassidy is leading the ride.
Okay, very good.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Parents can go.
Perfect.
Yeah, sure,
Did we
no,
call
no,
it
don't
Tour
you? I know
de
you do.
Grover Beach last year?
Okay.
It was. People called it tour. I think I titled it Tour of Grover Beach on the thing, but like,
Yeah.
day is the, translates to.
I like Tour de Grover Beach.
And
You could call it that.
Did you attend, CJ? Last year?
No. I was out of town.
so let's say this. I get to call on Supervisor Larry Kim one more time.
She's not done. She has.
Oh, she's still.
We still
That's
have
our
more.
first event in May. We have multiple events. to do.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Alrighty, so then we have game night, Friday, May 29th,
Okay, wait,
5:30.
get them right.
Well, let's start with Mother Son. Let's do them in date order.
Oh.
Yeah.
May 29th?
Sorry, let's go to Mother Sundance. And that is Friday, May 8th at the Community Center,
Okay,
5:30 to 7:30. And it's ocean adventure theme.
And this theme was selected by the Grover Heights Elementary School. They actually came into City Council here and had a kind of a mock student City Council meeting, and I presented them a staff report like I do with you, and I gave them 3 themes to consider for the Mother Son Dance, and the overwhelming favorite was Ocean Adventure. The other 2 theme choices were I Heart New York and a masquerade ball. So, but people, even though I got votes for all 3 of them, Ocean Adventure was the clear winner. So it's nice to have the feedback from the actual students who may be attending this dance, and I think we're going to make this like an annual event if they come around the same time. So.
okay. And next?
And then we have game night, Friday, May 29th, 5:30 to
What
7:30.
time, what day?
Friday. Friday, May 29th,
Yes, please.
Both.
5:30 to 7:30 at the Community Center.
Okay.
We have board games, food, snacks.
Occasionally a commission.
On to June.
And that is a free event.
Free, yes.
It is a lot of fun.
And there, what is the fee for the mother-son dance?
So it's $65 per couple. Each additional child is $35.
Okay. Thank you. And then the game night is free.
Game night's
May
free, correct?
29th, and now you're moving on to June?
Yes. And then June, we have our movie night, and that will be on Friday, June 12th at 16th Street Park. The movie starts at 6 p.m., and we will be watching SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants.
I love him.
Oh, you do? I'm glad.
He's a good actor.
He sits on top of Burger King.
Yeah, so concessions will be for sale at 5 p.m. with
Okay.
fun foods. Bring your picnic blankets, lawn chairs, snacks. It'll be fun.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Finally, have our summer concert series, and that starts Sunday, June 28th, and all the way through August 23rd. We have 9 concerts total, and we are back at Ramona Garden, which is so exciting. We have 8 concerts on Sunday and 1 on Saturday, and that is Grover Beach Night Out that we're partnering with them. So that would be the first Saturday in August.
And that is the police department's annual drone show event. We are piggybacking with them on August 1st. So they were looking for ways to kind of expand their event. And so much of their event is just waiting for it to get dark enough to have a drone show. So we made a suggestion of combining forces and having a concert at their event in lieu of our concert series the next day. So that'll have a 2-band concert day because it's a full event starting at 4 p.m. So that will be at 16th Street Park. So that'll be the only concert that Grover Beach puts on on that weekend. And it's going to be a fun-filled night. So we just finished a planning meeting with the police department, I believe yesterday, to go over kind of some of the logistics for it. But their plan is to have. I think last year they had 200 drones, and this year I think they're planning for 300. So it'll be bigger and better in almost every respect. So, but yeah, we're totally looking forward to it.
That's gonna be so cool.
That's terrific, thank you. And you have all your bands for the
Yes.
summer concert series? Are you still accepting donations?
Yeah, we're still accepting sponsors. They're coming in, and but we are doing pretty well for this summer. Yeah.
Okay.
So our title sponsorship for summer concerts is Mechanics Bank, and our location, we're back to Ramona Garden Park, which is so exciting. It's going to be ready just in time. And our extended hours for craft and food vendors open at 2 p.m. We plan to close streets, that way they're all out. Is it Ramona
Yeah, it'll be on
Avenue?
Ramona between 9th and
Ramona,
10th, similar to like Stone Soup. We'll be closing off that street right there for all of our street vendors to accommodate all the food and street vendors. Yeah.
And we have over 25 vendors that have
And this is for
applied
which event?
for summer
For
concerts.
the entire summer concert series.
Oh, that's what you're going to do, the same thing every summer concert?
Right, yeah, it's our weekly concert series. Because of the construction and adding the playground and the new amphitheater, there's less lawn space that we've had in the past.
Yes.
And so we had to kind of reconfigure how we were going to lay out the event. This is an opportunity to actually create a kind of almost a half-day environment where people it becomes a destination, not just see a concert, but just kind of hang out and, get some food and shop at some local craft vendors. And with the playground there, I believe it'll attract a lot of families to come and attend. I think in the past at Ramona, one of the issues with there was not enough entertainment for younger kids. Not that we had attendance issues, but I think that was one of some of the feedback that we got. And this incredible new playground that is being put in, it's world class in every way, and we look forward to opening it in early June. Yeah.
That is all for me. Any other questions?
Very good.
No, I think that part is good. I just want to bring up the artwork. There's an art section to that part that has not really been discussed. Are we waiting? From what I can remember, RRM is going to weigh in on that as well.
To my knowledge, I haven't received any update on that, but I certainly can go back and talk to our capital improvements engineer, Aaron, and confirm.
Well, maybe put that on one of our agendas to find out if Grover Beach artists are going to be welcome to participate in that. Because originally I was told, when we first started discussing this, that San Luis Obispo artists were going to be brought in, but this is Grover Beach, and we have a lot of artists here.
I will go back in and talk to staff, and if there is something on the table about public art for Ramona Park, I have no doubt that it will be presented to the Parks Commission when the time comes. Yeah.
Right, very good, thank you. Anything else? Okay. Let's see, what else is here? Is it your turn again, Larry?
Oh, no, I think we finished our staff communication, so.
So may we add something else to the next agenda or the agenda after that? And I'd like to know if we could just put the pickleball subject back on our agenda and see what can be done to make it a quieter sport. Or are you discussing that at a different level with the city?
From my understanding, from my communications with city management, that there will be a pickleball item coming to PRBC shortly, and
thank
quite
you.
possibly at our next meeting, so.
Now we can quiet the troops, thank you. Discuss on an upcoming agenda. Okay, thank you. Let's see what else. If there is no further business, is there any further business? Thank you. We're going to adjourn this meeting at 7:18. Thank you very much for your attention. We did very good work tonight, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It was a lot, and it was terrific. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you both. Thank you all four of you. Oh, yes, the gavel.
There it is.
Now you can go.
You're not dismissed until that point?
That's just my favorite part
I
of
walk
the
around the
meeting.
house.
That's how you get Robert.
Keeping the light gavel, huh?
It's huge. I have a great big one by the front door.
Should I call it a mallet?
Yeah, you could.
I came up with times until like 11 a.m.
Attaboy.
Oh, you did?
Did you or did ChatGPT?
Well, it was a little help from AI.
I know it.
Oh, God.
That's a ChatGPT thing.
But I know Kristen was like, "Better put a face to the, you don't want to call it untitled holiday event." I'm like, does that make sense?
That's
Yeah, that
really
makes
pretty,
sense.
Buzz. It's a beautiful thing.
I think it.
Because